It is November the 10th. And this is a public service announcement to update the continuation of racism, of hatred, of refusal of service, of violent, vicious assaults by the Freemasonic fucktards trying to pass themselves off as a Saanich Police Department. And before I get started, I'm going to set up boundaries because there seems to be a lack of understanding. For those who are listening, and you know who you are. You know who you are. So I have rights. So you, if you're a public servant, you have no rights when you're acting in your role as public servant. What you have are duties, responsibilities, and obligations to make sure my rights aren't violated. So in Canada, which is the hell that I live in, they have an act. They have an act called the Preservation and Enhancement of Multiculturalism in Canada. And it starts off with this fucking shit about Canada provides that every individual is equal before and under the law and has the right to equal protection and benefit of the law without discrimination. Well, that right there is a fucking out-and-out lie. Isn't that right, Coven? BC Supreme Court, who forced adopted my son out in 2012. And now you fucking pigs, pukes, and dogs have stolen my house and embezzled all the money. As you aided and abetted other covens of witches. CIBC and CIBC compulsive fucking liars. Everyone has the freedom of conscience, right? Peaceful assembly and association. I don't fucking think so. That's a fucking lie too. And guarantees those rights and freedoms equally to all people. Okay, so here's what you need to understand about who you deal with. They can write down all this fucking garbage, blah, 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 all fucking day long. But if their fucking actions are the opposite of what's fucking written here, then you are dealing with a coven of witches. You're dealing with fucking the spawn of Satan. You're dealing with fucking confused, fucking cursed, chaotic working children of the devil who set themselves up in these covens of public service offices. Fuck, it goes on, right? More fucking bullshit. Constitution of Canada recognized the importance of preserving and enhancing the multicultural heritage of Canadians. All right. Citizenship Act, right. Well, sorry, I'm not a citizen of this fucking shithole. Canadian human rights, well, I'm not a human, so that wouldn't apply to me either. Rh positive blood, that's a human. The fucking monkey blood. The contaminated fucking cursed monkey blood. It's just fucking chimeras. That's what they are. That's why they have blind eyes and deaf ears, by the way. You know, I mean, how much fucking understanding and wisdom would a fucking animal have? None. Then it fucking talks about Canada's a party to the International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination. Right. So here twice in this bullshit act, you've got this claim made that all are equal before the law and entitled to equal protection of the law against discrimination and against any incitement to discrimination. Well, I have been discriminated against by not only those posing as the federal government of Canada, but those posing as the provincial government of British Columbia for decades. And it's not stopping. Fuck, it's only getting worse because I'm pushing. Because I'm fighting back. And they hate that. They hate that. Well, if you don't fucking stop being fucking liars, I'm gonna fucking shove the truth down your fucking throat so hard and so fast you're gonna fucking choke to death on it. Then it goes on, International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, yeah, right, provides that people belonging to ethnic and linguistic minorities shall not be denied the right to enjoy their own culture and to use their own language. Okay, so I have the right to make sure my Father's will is followed to the letter while I'm here. And I have the right to use my own language. Every word out of my mouth is my own language, and that is protected speech. How many times do I need to fucking tell you that the coven, pretending to be some sort of fucking court in Canada, has determined the right to freedom of expression. You don't understand that? So you've read the International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination, right? Because I belong to an identifiable group called the Peculiar People. And my brother told y'all what would happen to us while we were here. He told you that we would be hated by the world. He told you that we would be relentlessly pursued and attacked. We are targeted men and women, targeted to be murdered because we are the living. And the fucking dead hate us. The wicked are the dead, and the dead are the wicked. I am disgusting to a witch. I am disgusting to a coward, a murderer, the sexually immoral, those practicing magic arts, adulterers, and all liars. And I just basically described every fucking public servant I've almost come in contact with. There's a few of them, very few of them, that will be kind and helpful to me. And it's rare that I roll up on one. Rare. It's a rare occurrence. So I'm constantly being fucking attacked and tortured by this thing, the province of British Columbia, trying to pass itself off as a public service agency. You should just read this Article 1. Racial discrimination shall mean any distinction, exclusion, restriction, or preference based on race. Ethnic origin, which has the purpose or effect of nullifying or impairing the recognition, enjoyment, or exercise on the equal footing. It fucking talks about human rights. I don't think so. And fundamental freedoms in the economic, cultural, or any other field of public life. Well, peculiar people wouldn't be part of the public. Right? We're private. The kingdom of heaven is a private club, thanks. Only the righteous belong to that club. And if you're wicked, you need to stay the fuck away from me. Because you're a fucking toxic contaminant. Isn't that right, fucking you demon? Dean the degenerate fucking Duffy. Isn't that right, Freemasonic fucktard Fred going to hell Haynes? You two male monkeys. Yeah, you're responsible for all these hate crimes happening while I try to take back my home, because what you're looking at on the screen as I'm recording this, is a letter that I dropped off last Saturday night on my stolen property to tell those trespassers to get the fuck out of my house, to tell them that I'm coming by my home, to go through my home to see what of the stolen personal chattel of mine is being utilized by these fucking savages, these toxic contaminants who have no fucking right to be on my property. Never have had, never will fucking have. Fucking state parties, what a joke. This is Article 2. Condemn racial discrimination and undertake to pursue, by all appropriate means and without delay, a policy of eliminating racial discrimination in all its forms and promoting understanding among all races. And to this, and well, that's never going to fucking happen. Because the walking dead, children of the devil, they have blind eyes and deaf ears. So you're never going to be able to fucking do this. This Article 2. You can't have understanding between righteous men and women and walking dead fucking male and female fucking monkeys. I have tried relentlessly to speak to these witches, these fucking witches who pretended to be the court, CIBC, CIB fucking solicitors, fucking politicians, fucking attorney generals, fucking police. All of that's a mask, eh? Because on Judgment Day, fuckfaces, let me tell you something. The King of Kings will not be allowing you to wear your fucking mask. Everything you do and everything you say is on the record. And you will be judged by everything you do and everything you say. Guaranteed most of y'all are on your way to hell. You better go do some research into your eternal reservation, motherfuckers. This is the age of information. There are literally hundreds of individuals who have been taken to hell and are letting you know what the fuck is going to happen to you, because everything you did to me, it's going to fucking happen to you, and it's going to happen to you forever. Again and again and again and again. And it ain't going to stop. You better fucking understand that. Fucking Article 5. Oh, here we go. Here's some more bullshit. The province of British Columbia undertakes to prohibit and eliminate racial discrimination in all its forms and to guarantee the right of everyone without distinction as to race, ethnic origin, equality before the law, notably to the enjoyment of the following rights: equal Right to equal treatment before tribunals and all other organs administering justice. Okay, that's never once happened to me. Well, my son was kidnapped, and him and I were being satanically ritually abused. Oh, we had hearings in the whorehouse at 850 Burnett Avenue. There was satanic ritual after satanic ritual. They had no case on me at all. Not once was I granted the right to equal treatment. Not once. No. No, I don't fucking think so. You know, there's fucking sodomites across Canada who need to get their hands on little boys, eh? Well, that's the truth, folks. Go do the research. I'm not here to fucking tickle your ears, eh? I'm here to tell you the truth. That's why I'm hated. So it goes on, right to security and protection by the province of British Columbia against violence or bodily harm, whether inflicted by government pukes, individual groups, or institutions. Okay, so you know why I'm on here, giving you an update? Because 20 minutes after 4 p.m. last Sunday, so that would have been November the 6th, there was 2 fucking pigs, a female pig and a male pig, pretending to be District of Saanich fucking police, at the fucking door attacking me again. Fucking attacking me again. Threatening me, harassing me. It's criminal harassment. Fucking torturing me. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. So these fucking pigs, pukes, and dogs don't follow any of this. They don't fucking follow any of it. They don't follow their obligations, duties, and responsibilities. Not at all. Because how many times have I fucking spoken this to these fucking pigs, pukes, and dogs? Pigs, person in government. A puke, well, I tell you what, if you're filled with your own thoughts, your fucking brain is filled with nothing but raw sewage and vomit. And you're not going to spew it on me, thanks. I'm not fucking interested in listening to a fucking witch. No thanks. Go fuck yourselves. Oh, so apparently I've got the right to take part in the conduct of public affairs at any level and have equal access to public service. Well, no, and again, I'm never afforded that right, ever. Not fucking ever. They absolutely stonewall me. They stonewall me. They completely fucking ignore me and what they've done to me. They actually figure that they're going to get away with 2 acts of genocide in less than a decade. War crimes. The War Crimes Act in Canada, have you read it? So when you force children from one group to another group, that's genocide, and that's what they did to me and my son. Now they've come for my home and fucking all the money. That's genocide. But when you're dealing with covens of witches, the covens of witches, they're all fucking of one mind. They're all of one mind. Right? They're all of one fucking intention, and that's to murder the righteous. Because they hate us. Other civil rights, just a bunch of bullshit. Freedom of right to movement and residence. No, I'm not afforded that right. Right to leave any country, including this shithole, and return to my own country. Well, I'm from above, bitches. I'm not from here. I have Rh negative blood. Do you know why? My brother explained this to you when he was here 2,000 years ago. We're not from here. We're not fucking from here. And what comes from above is in authority and has authority at all material times. My brother explained that to you. Do I need to shove that down your fucking throat too because I'm more than capable of doing so? Yeah, I'm afraid I am. The right to own property alone, no, that's not afforded to me. The right to inherit, that's also not afforded to me. The right to freedom of thought and conscience. Really? The right to freedom of expression. Yeah, I think so, right? Right to freedom of peaceful assembly and association. Well, if you are being forced to associate with any witch who's been called to the bar, and only a witch would be called to the bar, you are not in a peaceful assembly and you are not dealing with a peaceful association. I know, I've dealt with those fucking pigs, pukes, and dogs. I've dealt with those fucking sodomites. I've dealt with those fucking pedophiles. I've dealt with those fucking child traffickers. Yeah. Well, now why do you think all this is happening to me? Because I'm going to be a witness against all of that fucking industry. The child trafficking industry in Canada is out of control. It's called government child protection. It's got nothing to do with protecting children. These fucking pukes across Canada need little fucking kids to fuck. That's why they kidnap them. Go read Section 170 of the Criminal Code of Canada. Go read it. Okay, so this is a letter that you're looking at here. You'll have to stop. You'll have to stop the video and read it for yourself, because I dropped this off Saturday night. And I explained, so now I've gone to my home repeatedly and I've provided proof that that's stolen property. And yet the witches that I'm dealing with are continuing to attack me. So I'm dealing with a very old appliance, like extremely old appliance, and my appliance isn't working properly. Now, I began to record the satanic ritual. It was a satanic inversion ritual that happened at, you can see here, at 20 minutes after 4 p.m. on Sunday. So that would have been the 6th of November. The 2 pigs are at the door attacking me, and it caught very little of the satanic ritual. For some reason, my telephone shut off on its own. I would never shut it off. I need to catch these witches and their acts of murder. So I'll play this for you, what I have. Identify yourselves.
Saanich Police.
What are your names? Right. So you would have heard, right? You would have heard them say Saanich Police. Okay, so then what happened is I said to these 2 pigs, well, I'm in fear for my life. Well, because I'm the one being assaulted, right? And then they told me that I can't go to my stolen property. Right, so let me explain to you the crimes that took place 20 minutes after 4 o'clock on Sunday. So you've got crime, indictable crime, section 372, 1, false information. Everyone commits an offense who, with intent to injure or alarm me, conveys information that they know is false. Well, okay, so that's a crime, that right there, right? That's exactly what they're doing. They're committing. It's also a hate crime. It's a racially motivated hate crime. That's what they were doing at the fucking door. So they also committed the crime of Section 423, intimidation. They did A and B. So those 2 pigs, and whoever called those 2 pigs, are guilty of an indictable offense and liable to imprisonment for not more than 5 years. Blah, 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 blah. For the purpose of compelling me to abstain from doing anything that I have the lawful right to do, or to do anything that I have the lawful right to abstain from doing. Well, I have the lawful right to kick those trespassers off my stolen home, because that's my house, and there's no fucking way you're going to get around that. The legal fucking rules are the legal rules. So they used violence and threats of violence. Right, so that's exactly what they're doing. That's called intimidation. That's a crime. So why aren't these pigs, so these pigs don't read the Criminal Code of Canada? When they go to fucking Freemasonic fucktard school to learn how to be fucking law enforcement in Canada, they don't teach them the Criminal Code of Canada? Obviously not, right? Because only the mindless monkeys in Canada are hired to be law enforcement. You understand that, don't you? So they also committed a crime under Section 424 of the Criminal Code of Canada, threat against an internationally protected woman. Well, I'm in fear for my life, right? So they're also guilty of counseling offense that is not committed. That's Section 464, A and B. And, the list of crimes goes on, right? Commission of offense, there you go. You've got them doing that. I mean, if they're just they don't stop, right? Commission of offense for criminal organization. Well, the District of Saanich is a criminal organization, and the Saanich Police Department is also a criminal organization. They have been involved both times in both acts of genocide against myself and my family. Been involved and aided and abetted. So they're also guilty of instructing commission of offense for criminal organization. Guilty. Like, once you commit the fucking crime, you've got no defense. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to listen to your fucking bullshit lies. You can take your lies and fucking choke on them. I don't fucking associate with liars, and that's exactly who I'm dealing with, compulsive fucking liars. Now, last night, I went on, and I did a live, which I don't do very often, right? Because you have to understand that I have been physically incapacitated since that hate crime happened at 20 minutes after 4 last Sunday. Like, I have a physical reaction to that. Do you understand me? Like, I would have a physical reaction to them fucking attacking me like that because I'm an empath, I'm a sensitive. And their intention last Sunday was to come and to cause me the kind of harm to end my life. So I did this live post, and I'm not going to play it for you now. What I'll do is in the description box on YouTube and BitChute, I'm going to put the link in the description box. So at your leisure, you can go in and you can listen. Now, I went on there, and I didn't mean for it to be, I had stuff going on, and I didn't mean for it to be as long as it ended up being. But once I got going, it just, and there's a lot to explain, right? Like, I'm going through a lot. Like, I'm being murdered. You're listening to a murder in progress. And for those of you who are pretending to be the YouTube team, you need to call law enforcement. That's your job. And say, we're listening to a woman who's being murdered. And we want to know why you're not serving her. Because you're public servants. YouTube is a public service agency. Yeah, I'm afraid you are. And you're public servants. And you're not going to listen to fucking liars who make claims of lies when they get caught practicing their witchcraft and then turning around and slandering me. That's bullshit. I'm not going to put up with that for fucking 5 seconds because I've had quite enough slander in my life to last me the rest of my life. Thank you very fucking much, right? So, I mean, here it is, right? It's, oh my gosh, see, it's long. Like, it's so long. Oh, good. Lots of noise going on outside the door. It's the 9th of November. And I explain it all. I explain how my house was stolen. So I'm going to. I explained that they can't do that. I mean, so why is there a different set of rules for me than everybody else? My property. Well, it needs to be explained, doesn't it? That the audio cuts out on Instagram when I'm doing a live feed, but. Right. So, like I say, that's what I'll do. I'll put this in the description box and share it, so you can go in and listen. Because I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. Everything that's been stolen from me is going to be returned, and you can guarantee that whatever foreign judgments that have been written up because they've been adjudicated by the judge, who I am well acquainted with, they're going to be paid. Yeah, because there needs to be a consequence for acts of genocide against the peculiar people in Canada. There needs to be consequence. And the only thing that these fucking witches are into is the lie of money. The demon mammon. Right? All these public service agencies, the federal government of Canada, which is supposed to be a public service agency, and the province of British Columbia, which is also supposed to be a public service agency, they're both criminal organizations that worship money. And money's a lie. So unless you go after the lie that they worship, there will be no change. There will be no changes. Right? So I'm one of the king's counselors. I don't give a fuck what that sounds like to you. I'm fully aware of who and what I am at this point. Fully aware of who and what I am. And it's all written down in the DSM anyway, and the DSM sits on the witness box of every single fucking whorehouse across this country. Sits right there on the witness box, and it'll tell you who I am. So I'm physically sick from another violent fucking assault. And these violent assaults, they're not going to stop, right? They're not going to stop. They don't want them to stop. You know what I mean? Like, why would... They're never going to treat me fairly. They're not going to serve or protect me, which is their obligation, duty, and responsibility. I mean, if you can't get a fucking pig to listen to the truth, well, I mean, what good are they? Right? So here on one of these videos, we've got an age restriction. So the opinion that I use vulgar language is just an opinion, and I don't appreciate your opinion. I use sentence enhancers. I have a level of rage that doesn't belong to me. That belongs to the one who sent me here. And I'm a very healthy woman, and I have excellent self-control. But I'm being tortured to death. These are hate crimes being committed. So I'm not sure if you've heard, we've just had these fucking witches acting as the BCNDP write up anti-racism legislation. So the racists, the fucking hypocrites, are writing up anti-racism legislation. You've got to be fucking kidding me. And besides the fact, like I told you, you never fucking listen to what they say. Because what they say, they write all this fucking bullshit down, but they don't follow any of it. So actions speak louder than words, right? Actions speak louder than words. These are fucking racist assholes. MLA for Saanich Lana Papa, that thing is a racist. That thing hates me. It's aided and abetted 2 acts of genocide. Randall Garrison, the federal MP around here, also a racist. The entire office is just, well, they're the spawn of Belial, right? They're completely useless. I'm in the middle of writing up a deposition because after I got attacked on Sunday, I have to start writing all of this down and teaching everybody the truth because that's what I do. That's my job. Right, age restriction. Here we go. So that's the second time these persons acting as YouTube have done this to me. There's a private video, a private upload. Private, meaning it's not public. They went in there, they listened to it, these persons, and they put an age restriction. Do you fuckers understand what private means? It means that it wasn't for your ears. So you put an age restriction on a private fucking video. So you violated me, no different than raping me. It's a private fucking upload. You have no fucking right to go in and listen to it, you fucking busybody motherfuckers. Listen, you need to spend a lot more time figuring out who you are. You're the wicked, right? You're useless. You clearly are targeting me. Clearly you're targeting me because you did that to me in May, the beginning of May. You put an age restriction on a private fucking video. None of your fucking business. And now here we've got another age restriction. Really? Are you fucking joking? So you're clearly part of the problem, not part of the solution then, because I've explained to you multiple times my rights. Multiple times. I have the right to freedom of expression. Yeah, that's how it works. So then you're piling it on too, because now I have to go in and I have to talk to you about this? If I believe that you've made an error, I don't have any beliefs. Sorry, the truth is not a belief and the truth is not an opinion. I'm a woman with knowledge, understanding, wisdom, counsel. And I am certainly not interested in your fucking opinion or the opinion of many of the fucking witches who fucking contact you and make fraudulent fucking claim, like a claim of fucking defamation. I don't defame anybody. No, but I will describe them perfectly. Just like the other Bakuya people used to do when they were here. So you all fucking celebrate Christmas, right? You all fucking celebrate Easter, which is supposed to be about my brother, but you don't know anything about my brother? You don't know a fucking thing about my brother. You don't listen to a fucking word he has to say, but your entire fucking year is set up around these fucking pagan satanic fucking rituals where you fucking eat and drink and fuck each other. Color fucking eggs. Like, it's all witchcraft, man. All of it. It's all a waste of time and it's all a waste of money. And yet you're fucking all about it, eh? It's in full fucking swing right now, isn't it? I've had enough, man. Like, I've fucking had it. And anybody else in my shoes would have had enough, too. Because this is just fucking too much. The hatred that I face. And that nobody lifts a finger to do anything about stopping it. I'm not permitted to sit in the seat of the dead, right? I'm not permitted to even have a conversation with these pukes. But now I gotta go fucking deal with this fucking demon. Dean the degenerate fucking Duffy. I'm gonna fucking shred that motherfucker. I got a whole bunch of information about these pukes. And I'm in the process of creating it, and when I'm finished with it, I'm gonna go through it and I'm gonna teach it to you. I use visual aids because some individuals learn better by seeing. Some learn better by listening, and some learn better by seeing. So because I'm a teacher, I understand the needs of my audience. Whether the needs of my audience, and it don't matter whether you're one of the righteous or you're one of the wicked. It doesn't matter. I have an obligation, duty, and responsibility to say something. Because my silence would be complicity, no? You understand that? You understand the law? You understand the book of Leviticus? Because this fucking shit's about to get all Levitical. If I know there's a crime being committed and I stay silent, then I am complicit. And the blood of these mindless fucking monkeys is all over my hands. And I'm not gonna fucking have the blood of the wicked on my hands. You're not that fucking important. The axe is already at the fucking root of the tree to fucking slice you up and slice you down. You're already fucking dead. You understand that British Columbia is run by Freemasons, right? So Christianity is masked Freemasonry for those of you who don't understand anything. We're gonna go into that when I get this deposition created. I'll do it in parts, though, because the mindless monkeys only have a very short attention span, like a dog. Like a dog, right? They're dogs. They're not even fucking people. They're fucking humans, legally defined as monsters. That's who stole my home and embezzled all the money. Fucking humans. Male and female fucking hate-filled fucking humans. Who fucking want me dead. Why else would you steal my home, all the personal chattel, and then fucking embezzle every dollar? And this has been going on for 4 years. Started, this fucking latest fucking act of genocide began in September of 2018. And you know where we are. We're now into 2022. And there's not one fucking public servant who has lifted a finger to undo any of this or to help me with any of this. Not one. Everyone I went to for help has aided and abetted the genocide. Isn't that right, Johnny fucking Puke Van Camp? Isn't that right, reprobate Robert the Puke Punnett? Isn't that right, fucking Carolyn fucking Book? Hey, Rebecca Watmot, you coven of witches? Well, you witches are not above the law, right? And you're being privately prosecuted in a public venue because you're public servants. Yeah, jail time, right? Well, that's legal, but lawfully you have to go and apply for the assisted suicide program. You're the fucking swine herd. You've got swine flu. So go look what happened when the pigs all got the swine flu. What happened to them? Right? When a herd of fucking cows get mad cow, what happens to them? Right? That's the law. If you've identified yourself as a witch, you have to be put down. If you refuse to seek the truth, and you all do, you have to be put down. And Canada's a wonderful place because it's got this system called MAD. It's called MAD. Oh, sorry, MAID. Excuse me, it's called MAID. MAID, Medical Assistance in Dying. It's a wonderful program. Designed for the fucking witches who stole my son and sold him to pedophiles at 8. Designed for witches who stole my home and embezzled all the money. You've identified yourselves. I had nothing to do with you identifying yourselves as witches. Nothing. You did that all on your own. Afraid so. Oh, you'll be hearing